With me? Good. All right. Let's learn a little bit. We'll learn 5 minutes of milk and meat. We'll be rabbis in the end. Law number 8. Chet. All right, we're skipping a lot of laws over here. We're skipping a lot of laws in the Ramah. Skipping some of the laws in the Ramah. What happens if a drop of milk falls on the covering of a pot, and etc.? Then he says the same thing as it fell inside of the pot. Okay, here is a interesting law. Chet. A pan of milk, machvat shel chalav, that you put in a stove underneath a pot of meat. In other words, you have a stove, and there is a grate in the middle. You put, right, and there is a pot of meat on the top of this grate, and underneath there's also a spot, and you put on that spot an open pan of milk that starts boiling. Hazeya olav and nivla b'kedera vasrota, and the evaporation comes up from the milk. It starts getting hot, boiling. It evaporates. The smoke, the milk, comes up, and it hits the meat pot that's above, and swallows up in the pot and makes it forbidden. It's a meat pot. Huh? Good? Yes? Oh, yeah. Okay, so again, let's just you have an oven. It's like a box, right? An oven. There's a big fire underneath it. An oven. You open up the door to the oven, and you see that there's like a grating here, and there's meat on top of a pot of meat on top of the grating. So you slide a pan of milk underneath it, and it starts boiling up, and all sorts of evaporation comes from the milk on the meat pot, and it makes it forbidden. So don't think only drops of milk, also evaporations also. This is only if there was milk actually in this pot. If there was milk in this pot, then you have to have 60 in the pan. If there was milk in this pan, open pan, then you have to have 60 in the pot, 60 times meat against the milk that's there, because you don't know how much evaporated. And it was one like cloud that attached. All this is talking about, of course, that it is revealed. And also it's talking about that it was so close that the milk pot, the milk coming up, was able to heat up the meat pot so that it was what we call yad soledet bezeh. Okay, we didn't talk about yad soledet. We'll talk about it right now. In order for taste to be transported from one thing to another, we learned that it can be salted or boiled. But here we're learning another thing. What is the minimum amount of heat that it takes to make one thing transform its taste to something else? So the answer is, let's say, for instance, you take a milchika pan like we have here, you put it over the fire, and by mistake, you put a fleshika pot into the milk in the pan. It's an open pan, you put a milk in the pot, you realize, oh, what did I do? You take it out and you wash it off. Is that forbidden or not? Well, see how hot the milk is. If the milk is boiling hot, you have problems. If the milk is not boiling hot, you also could have problems. If it's totally cold, no problem, you just wipe it off. Between this, where's this problematic area? Between what's called being a little bit warm, no problem, little warm, no problem. You put a fleshika pot into a milchika pan filled with milk, It's not boiling? Well, I don't know. It's totally cold? Oh, that's okay. What if it's just warm? Okay, let's stop beating around the bush. Can you put your finger in this? Is it a thing that would burn your finger? The milk. Says yes. If it's so, then you got problems with the pot. That's called yad soledet bay. Your hand moves away from it. Anything that's that hot is considered to be hot. It's considered to be boiling, and it will transform the taste from one thing to another. So if you have milk that is yad soledet bay, it will make meat that falls into it forbidden. If you have meat that's yad soledet bay, it'll make milk or cheese that falls on forbidden. That yad soledet bay, that temperature that your hand cannot take, that is considered to be hot enough to boil. And that's the lesson for today. God bless you all. Have a good day.